Ladies and gentlemen, you've seen the highlights, you've heard the rumors, but now it's time to get the real scoop. We pull back the curtain on the world of sports entertainment and give you the unfiltered truth. From the biggest pay-per-views to the latest shocking headlines, you're locked in for the ultimate wrestling discussion. This is Between the Ropes, only on the Empty the Bench Network. Now, here's your host, Kristie Wilson.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to a brand new episode of Between the Ropes. I'm your host. My name is Kristie Wilson, and this is going to be a really good show. Oh, man, I can't talk. Damn it. Don't worry about it. But it's going to be a really good show. We're going to get down to the business at hand. This is your ticker. You can follow the show, follow this network, and, of course, you can follow me on social media. So there's all that stuff. The next one, of course, like I said, follow the show on all social media at BTRETB. And of course, the next one, get rid of the ticker, youtube.com/ETB network. We are getting super close to 3,000 watch hours. And of course, we have all kinds of more. We get closer to that, more things can happen. And if we hit, of course, we'll make the mega push to 4,000. And that's when things really start getting fun and interesting and all that good stuff. So let me get something out of the way here first. Sunday morning is for more than just coffee. It's for the hottest takes and sharpest analysis in the game. Join Zan Bando for Zan Zingers Part 2 every Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific. We're moving past the box scores to find the real stories from the heavy hitters in the UFC octagon to the hardwood of the NBA and the rising stars of the collegiate landscape. Whether it's a breakdown of the bad blood in a heated rivalry or the tactical clash of a championship matchup, Zan delivers the truth without a filter. Get your Sunday straight with the insight you won't find anywhere else, only on the Empty the Bench Network. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/ETB network. All right, now they got that out of the way. I'm going to get to something here. I know exactly what it is. Let's see if I can find it. I know where it is. Whoop, I screwed up. Don't worry, I got it. But this, here we go. And of course, today is the day this is going on right now. SummerSlam! That's right, the biggest party of the summer taking place right now at US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, Minnesota, home of the Minnesota Vikings. Night one is already going on, and I've got a couple of updates for you folks on night one because it is going on right now. And the reason why I seriously thought it was going to be on later, simple.
Dumbass. I'm a
dumbass. But got it figured out. We've already got two matches. See, we've already got two matches already done. Of course, Liv Morgan retained the Women's World Championship against Io Sky. Shocker, it's her first title defense since she won it at WrestleMania. I don't know where this is leading up to. If it's leading up to, say, Money in the Bank in October, where somebody, whoever it is, whether it's Roxanne Perez or Stephanie Vaquer or anyone, wins the briefcase, cashes in on her, that probably is where it's leading up to. I don't like it, but hey, what can you honestly do about something like that? We got another big one, of course. Oops, I'm here. the big one, of course. And then, of course, the 6-man tag match with Jacob Fatu and the Usos versus LA Knight, Solo Sikoa, and Royce Keys. Well, guess what? The Bloodline Boys got beat. LA Knight, yeah! Solo Sikoa and, of course, Royce Keys, formerly Powerhouse Hobbs, won their match right now. We have got Gunther versus Nick Aldis going on right now at the moment. So, yes, justice for EO. I hope EO gets it. I hope we get justice for EO, KB, by the way. Hey. But let me get to the rest of the card. I already named 2 matches. I've got the cards right here. I just have to go into my phone because I know I saved them. Library, where are you at? Now, night 1's already underway. Right now, we're at Gunther versus Nick Aldis. I'm going to preview the rest of the matches on this card. The main event is going to shock you because it isn't what you think it is. I'm going to go to one big match. This is another 6-person tag team match. This time it's the ladies. It's JC Jane, Fallon Henley, Lainey Reed, aka Fatal Influence, versus Paige and the Bella Twins. Look, I think we have a pretty good clue where that match is leading up to. We know Fallon Henley and Lainey Reed are the current women's tag team champions, beating Brie, Bella, and Paige for those titles. We know where this is leading up to. I think Fatal Influence wins the match, and then Nikki and Brie beat the shit out of Paige. It's probably going to lead to Paige putting in a phone call to an old friend. Wink, wink, if you know, you know. So that match, to be honest, I think that's going to be kind of a snoozer because I think the outcome is just too predictable. Another one, I am going to predict Gunther versus Aldis. I want Nick Aldis to win, and I need Gunther to really eat a big, not a slice of humble pie, one big giant thing of humble pie, if you know what I mean. Do I think if he loses to Nick Aldis, does this hurt Gunther in terms of getting a championship opportunity? No, I don't think so. I really don't. And like I mentioned last week, WWE is using SummerSlam to kind of get the people's interest in Nick Aldis, kind of see if they want him to keep being an in-ring competitor, because he did resign as SmackDown GM in order to do this. I just go there, poke the bear. That's what he did. The motherfucker poked the bear. No disrespect to once it is the bathroom break match, KB. That's why I said the outcome is too predictable, and you and I have had conversations with people we know saying this is probably where Nikki and Brie turn on Paige, and Paige puts in the phone call to the old friend. So there's that. Now, like I said, I want Nick Aldis to win, so that's who I'm predicting is winning. That match that is currently going on right now. The next 2, all right. This is the match I thought was going to be the main event. It actually is not. It's Cody Rhodes versus CM Punk, undisputed title on the line. Punk won it when Cody got attacked by Gunther, taking Cody out of the match against Sami Zayn, and we know Punk won it. I think Cody's going to be chasing this championship, or maybe say you have a WWE draft and Cody goes to Raw. That could be where you might get Cody versus Roman, but take it with a grain of salt is all I have to say about that. But I think Punk is retaining. Do I think Cody gets it back? I mean, I know people are very pissy, and they would probably riot if he did. But I think Cody's probably going to chase the title. I think Punk retains. I really do. And I think they're going to have a good long rivalry, and it's going to be interesting to see how it goes. But that's not the main event. Main event of night 1. KB might lose his mind over this, and I'm sure others might as well. If you've read about it, came from PW Insider. The main event is Oba Femi versus Brock Lesnar inside Hell in a Cell. Let's fucking go. That's all I gotta say. Let's fucking go. I want to see Oba get his lick back. I want to see him strutting his way out of Minneapolis, the winner, and then he can move on. And hopefully, maybe, I'm praying we get Oba Femi versus Roman Reigns for that World Heavyweight title. I don't care if it's at Royal Rumble. I don't care if it's at Elimination Chamber. Fuck, I don't care if it's at WrestleMania. Give me that match. Like I said once before, a few episodes ago, inject it into my veins. I want it. I have to have that match, and I'm sure others do as well. But this match, Brock has never lost. I don't think he's ever lost a Hell in a Cell match, but I think this is where he loses. What happens to him afterwards? I don't know. Does he retire? If he does, thank God Gunther was not the one to do it. So those are my night one predictions. The first two don't count because I got in a little late. But I would have predicted Io would have beaten Liv, and I would have been wrong, and I would have gone against my better judgment and would have had LA Knight, Solo, and Royce Keys beat Jacob Fatu and the Usos. I would have gotten that right, but I didn't, so that's okay. I'm gonna go to night two. Night two, here we go. Night two, we've got now. I'm going to go in. Here is one of the matches on this card. This will annoy me. This annoys me right now. Is a 5-person ladder match to find out who's the interim women's world title. Now, don't expect this interim reign. Whoever gets it, I don't honestly think it's going to last long because Rhea Ripley. The meniscus injuries are usually, unless they're really severe and require surgery, and hers is not severe enough, this interim title reign is not going to last a long time. Might last a month, maybe upwards 6 weeks at the most. Because Rhea probably will be good to go by the time September rolls around. Maybe we won't know until we hear it straight from her or from WWE itself, but the women competing in this ladder match is Charlotte Flair, Jade Cargill, Tiffany Stratton, Chelsea Green, and this last person was determined last night on SmackDown and had people angry. Lash Legend, who beat Julia in a squash match that lasted 2 minutes. Who do I have winning that one? Well, not Tiffany Stratton. She's the current United States Women's United States champion, and I don't think she should have been in this match to begin with because she's holding a title. WWE needs to get better with don't book your champions in these types of matches if they're already holding belts. Stop doing that, but I'm a fan. They won't listen to me. I'm probably going to get severely hated for this. I'm going to probably say Charlotte Flair is probably going to be the interim champion. I think that's what it's going to be. I don't want Jade holding that belt. Tiffany, like I said, she's already holding a belt. We don't need Tiffy 2 belts. Sorry to all of you who are hoping for that, but that ain't happening. And Chelsea Green, look, her gimmick. I mean, we know she's a good wrestler. I've seen videos of her when she was on the indies competing against other people, including dudes. She's good. She's really, really good. This gimmick is comic relief of her being an absolute Karen. Now she's being the irritating little gnat buzzing around Tiffany Stratton. I hate that. Another match coming up on here. It's the hell? Why did I go out there just a second ago? Danhausen, did you curse me? Please say you didn't. Please say you didn't. Please don't. I didn't do anything. How many human monies do you want, Danhausen? I was going to speak good about you. I was definitely going to speak good about you. Oh, fuck. Oh, Danhausen's cursing me. Stop it, please. Please. I want to keep talking about this match. Please, let me talk about this match. By the way, hi to 109 people watching me live. Hi. Danhausen versus Dominic. Okay. This Carl Anthony Towns of the Knicks helped Danhausen out. What's the chance we get Justin Jefferson of the Vikings coming to help him out? I don't know. And like I said, this should be the match that takes Danhausen out of the Judgment Day vortex because this is just getting ridiculous. It's like, just take your loss here, Dominic, and just go away. This will be another bathroom break match. So we got all that. Next match on this card. Oh, Finn Balor versus Sami Zayn. I mean, could this determine number one contendership possibility there? Yeah. Sami Zayn claiming, I'm the last real good guy, you lying bastard. No, you're not. And it's been 10 years since Finn Balor's held a world championship. In his situation, he had to relinquish it 24 hours later due to an injury he suffered during his match against Seth Rollins. And you, Sami Zayn, lost it 9 days after winning the damn thing. So I would say Finn Balor is long overdue. If he wins this, I think this should put him in the main event in the world title scene. I really think it should. So I'm going Finn Balor on that one. All right, I got a couple of title matches on the night 2 card. Is Trick Williams versus Baron Corbin. Does Carmelo Hayes get involved in this? I doubt it. Even though Carmelo Hayes has shown interest in wanting to beat Trick's ass, but I don't know about that. And Baron Corbin did just come back. I know they've been very good about making sure if certain wrestlers like Baron Corbin come back, they should get a title opportunity, but I don't know. I don't know what Corbin's beef is with Trick. We know what Carmelo Hayes' beef with Trick is. But I think Trick retains. If Little Yachty gets involved, then you know what? I give up on this. I give up on this match. I do give up on the match. Sorry about that. But I got Trick retaining, but I could be 100% wrong. Another title match here is, of course, Penta for putting the Intercontinental title against Chad Gable. We know Gable, we know the deal with him and everything like that. And, he doesn't usually have good luck with luchadors. He ended up having to become one and even competed in AAA and develop respect for the luchadors. So I would have to say I'm going to go on a limb. I love Penta. He's been unbelievable since he's been in WWE. I think, but it's Chad Gable's time, and I think he wins the Intercontinental title. We need Kevin Owens. Yeah, we need Kevin Owens and Randy Orton backstage ASAP and SmackDown. It's true, they do. And I think KO is at SummerSlam in Minneapolis right now. I think he is, but I forgot to mention KO, but I think he plays a factor in the Finn versus Sammy match. I think he does. As for Randy Orton, yeah, we need the Viper, we need the Apex Predator back on SmackDown because he does make things more interesting. Next one. Now, this, I think, is the main event for night 2. It is Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins. We know the history with these guys. They've competed Florida Championship Wrestling. They've been in NXT. They were part of the Shield with someone I'm going to be roasting at the end of the show. You don't need to know who he is. And I don't have his action figure within 10 feet of me on my desk. Sorry, I moved him over somewhere else. But, no, we know the deal with these two. They've been bad. They've been friends. They've been enemies. These two, I'm sure, away from the ring, they're probably great friends. They are, husbands, fathers, they're doing their thing and everything. And these two, for the World Heavyweight title, we know Rollins has had Roman's number over the years. Probably one of the last matches these two had was, I think, Royal Rumble, where Rollins was tasting metal in his mouth because Roman was doing a concerto, and he's screaming, "He won't let me let go," resulting in a DQ. Yeah, Gable should win. Penta gets moved to SmackDown. Yes. I have been wanting Penta and Rey Fenix to reunite as the Lucha Brothers and just run roughshod all over the tag team division because they are incredible as a tag team. I mean, look at their time in other promotions, including AEW. So good. So good. So that is SummerSlam. That is night 2, night 1 going on right now. I'm going to have to check and see. I'm hoping Nick Aldis beat Gunther, so I'm going to go over here to check right now. Oh, God. Oh, wow. Oh, damn it. I'm so mad right now. Hold on. I'm so mad. Gunther made Aldis tap out. Hey, Gunther!
You're a turkey!
Mm-hmm. No, yeah. That's what you are. And furthermore, Gunther.
You
Also.
suck!
Furthermore, Gunther.
He's a raw pain in the ass. Because
Also got more on that one. Hey, Gunther.
Who's on crack?
So fucking stupid. I'm fucking mad. But at least the fans got the whole cheering for Nick Aldis, saying he still got it. This guy made his entrance Morning Glory by Oasis. Ironically, my favorite Oasis song is Wonderwall. That's neither here nor there. That has no relevance whatsoever. It's just sharing a little fun tidbit. But that is your SummerSlam preview. 2 nights. Remember, tomorrow night, like I said, night 2, I think Roman versus Rollins is going to be the main event. Of course, tonight is Opafemi versus Brock Lesnar. Hell in a Cell is the main event for night 1. 3 matches already done for night 1, and enjoy the rest of night 1. Well, I'll tell you that after the show. I'm going to get to the next thing. Now, this was last week. Now, this, I think, is so far was an interesting pay-per-view. There was a little bit of drama coming around. I think I saved this on Twitter. Where did I put that thing? Oh, yeah. Ironically, when I mentioned the Rogu family, this happened. Jacques Rougeau, a.k.a. the Mountie, reportedly threw a temper tantrum backstage at Redemption before his family's tribute and was threatened to be kicked out. This is according to, I think it was the Wrestling Observer newsletter. It said, quote, Jacques told AEW to take care of that. He gave them a video to play. Unfortunately, the video was too long, had footage that AEW didn't have rights to, music that AEW didn't have rights to, and some AI stuff in it that AEW didn't want to use. There was no way it could be used, and now it's the day of the show with no time to do anything else, so there was no video. Multiple sources said Jacques was throwing a tantrum backstage over that. He was told by one AEW official to calm down or they have to kick him out. Let's face it, it was something... I don't know why Jacques Rougeau decided to go absolute batshit crazy on that sort of thing. Look, if it was too long and had certain things that AEW had no right to, such as video footage and music, they can't use it. Just think about it. You want AEW to get sued? No, I don't. I sure as hell don't. But, they had a nice tribute. Rocky Romero from the Don Callis family came out and was bitching, moaning, whining, complaining, and the whole city of Montreal was like raining booze on him. And thank God the Rogus took care of him. So that was a good thing. Now, the matches, some of them were not too bad. I am going to get to the 3 title changes that happened. When Andrade El Idolo win his first singles title in AEW, I know he has eyes on the World Championship, but hey, the AEW National Championship, I have to say it's not bad. How I know? I watched it. That's how I know. And yes, he did get to take a selfie with the smoking hot chick. So come on, Andrade, take one of these lovely ladies out on a date, especially the single ones. Come on. I would help out. And then, of course, oh my God, the Women's World Championship. This was so wonderful. Willow Nightingale is your new AEW Women's World Champion. Of course, this has kind of a downside because we know who the winner of the Owen Hart Cup tournament was. She was sitting in the stands. It was Mercedes Moné. If Tony Khan has learned anything from what happened back at Double or Nothing 2024, please do not have Willow Nightingale be a transitional champion. She's worked so hard to achieve the success that she's had. Yeah, she was a TBS champion and got it back 584 days later. And I think deep down, Willow deserved this more than anything because, like I said, she's been long overdue for a women's world title reign. She finally wins it, beats Tekla, who I thought was going to be the champion going into All In. But your women's world title match for All In is set. It is Willow Nightingale versus Mercedes Moné. Does Mercedes win this title or does Willow retain? I will give you a pick on that. I've already made clear I do not want Willow to be a transitional champion. So there's that. The TBS title, Hikaru Shida, I don't know what it is about this woman. She couldn't hold this reign for a month. She lost to Maya World, and her title reign ended at 25 days. Now, Maya already had a successful title defense against Persephone this Wednesday on Dynamite in Detroit. Good for her. Super happy for Maya. We'll see who her opponent is at All In, if she goes into All In as a TBS champion. I think she will. So we'll see what happens on that front. Kenny Omega versus Kevin Knight, AEW World Title. Kenny retained. I think we all knew that was going to happen. I think Kevin Knight's going to, and then now I think Kevin Knight's going to need to turn his attention to who is he going to put the TNT title on the line against, and I don't know, but could be Darby Allin, could be somebody else. We'll see. Could he put it on the line against Speedball Mike Bailey? I have no clue. Anything's possible. So, but the ending of Redemption was, I guess, for some it was shocking. For someone like me, no, it wasn't. We had Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay in the ring, and Kenny turned heel, which one of those two was going to have to for their world title match at All In to happen. One was going to have to be the face, one was going to have to be the heel, and in this case, Omega's the heel and Ospreay is the face. So that's what's going to happen. All In, that's how it's going to be. It's likely to be the main event. We all know, I think we're aware of that. So I would say this was overall a really, really good match, really good show. I did forget one. They did have the ladder match at the beginning of the show for who will face Kyle Fletcher for the international title. By the way, Kyle Fletcher retained the international championship. Speedball Mike Bailey, of course, City of Montreal went nuts. He is from that area of Canada. So that's one thing. Definitely one thing. And it is going to be Speedball Mike Bailey versus Kyle Fletcher, Grand Slam Mexico. I will review that episode next week here on BTR because I am intrigued to see how that goes, even though I'm afraid for Speedball, even though I am rooting for him. Just to let you know, oh, by the way, SummerSlam update. Let me get this off. Let me do this. We can go. I know which sound I want to use. Right now, the SummerSlam match going on right now is Fatal Influence, JC Jane, Fallon Henley, Laney Reed versus Paige and the Bella Twins going on right now. If it's your bathroom break match, I am very sorry about that. Now let's get back to the show. This, of course, was announced during, I think it was Collision on Thursday night. That's why there is no AEW Collision preview for today because it aired on Thursday. The AEW Continental Cup is happening. And we've already got a few people deciding to throw their hats in the ring. One, of course, is Jon Moxley. He is the current Continental Champion. And another one of the others, of course, the conglomeration, at least the former Trios champions, Orange Cassidy, Roderick Strong, Kyle O'Reilly, are going to be in there. I think there is and Nigel McGuinness threw his hat in for that as well. Clearly, I don't think he could resist the idea of being able to compete for that in his homeland of England. So I think this is really, really cool. It is not going to interfere with the Continental Classic, which happens in the fall. This event is going to take the Continental Cup means you're the first winner, and you get to keep that thing forever, which is really cool. I don't know if this. I wonder if this is going to be a yearly thing. Like it happens every year at All In. It would make sense if you do it that way. So that is a really, really cool thing. So you got your 5 guys ready for that. There are going to be more coming in. They're going to throw their hats in the ring. We're going to have matches to determine the 15 other dudes besides Mox who are going to be in this match because it's going to be insane. That's pretty much a big thing right there. But that's pretty cool news, to be honest. I'm super stoked about that. Definitely stoked about it. Okay. Yeah, ever since we got the news of the John Cena Classic was going to be happening, we've had no updates. John Cena hasn't really said anything on social media. I've looked at reports trying to see if there's any news on like what the format is going to be, how you can vote for your favorites to be in the match. That's sort of in these matches, that sort of thing. Well, apparently, according to a site called The Squared Times on Twitter, Cena did an interview with Extra where he promised that it will happen by the end of 2026. And so it's based on fan votes and hustle. Of course, he wore that word. That word was on every piece of pretty much Cena merch that I saw, at least. But he says, what I can tell you is that we're working towards it, and I cannot tell you how excited I am about the event and what it stands for. I want to do something great for WWE and for the fans toward the end of the calendar year. I wish I could give you spoilers, but I've got to be loyal to my company. What I can tell you is we're working on it, and I'm going to give you my absolute best. If an event is going to wear my name, especially in the WWE realm, I'm always giving my best to WWE. The Classic will be no less. So, But somebody ended up replying saying, just scrap the idea. It sounds stupid, like a reverse of Cyber Sunday. I mean, even if it is, if you promise something, you got to follow through on it. And Cena, I kind of feel like them and WWE, I don't know if it's TKO getting in the way, saying, we don't think this is a good idea. This might not attract a lot of attention. It probably will if you give out like little details, like what is the name of the website you can go to. Like you can do like, I don't know, I'll throw this randomly out there, www.com/John Cena Classic. You could do that. And it'll probably give you, if I could figure out, I kind of have this idea here. Or you can do like the list. Here's your list of WWE superstars, male and female, that sort of thing. Tag team. I don't know how they're going to do it, but it'll give you a chance, like a little box in the corner. You can check it off, click with your mouse, that sort of thing. And you can vote for who you want. Kind of do it that way. But, they'll do what they want to do. And, it is what it is on that one. Oh. Ugh. This is getting nuts. By the way, hi to 128 people watching me live. If you are switching between me and SummerSlam, thank you. I do appreciate the effort. Yeah, it's kind of hard to multitask here. And I am trying to keep up with night one because some of these matches are happening as I'm doing this show. So bear with me. Please bear with me. Next, Kofi Kingston and Austin Creed. We know them as the New Day. They'll probably have a new name. They dropped a vignette video. And oh my God, I got to give a shout out to the guy who worked with them on this. His name is Jonathan Davenport, a graphic designer. Beautifully done video. It's like the video, if you've seen it, it's a big tent. And what did I get? TKO may God, no, KB, no. I got a reaction to that. Hold on. Here we go. I didn't mean to do that to you, KB. When you said that, I was like, oh God, please, no. Not Dan Nelson. I think he's already very much out there already. I think he needs to focus on getting out of the Judgment Day vortex and see if he can annoy the shit out of somebody else. So we'll get back to the New Day. Kofi Kingston, Austin Creed dropped a beautiful vignette done by Jonathan Davenport. It's Kofi and Austin as unicorns breaking free. The one part that really kind of made me a bit emotional is they are racing. As they're racing out of the tent, they see a unicorn with the part of his horn is busted off. And I think that is a nod to Big E because they know they're free, but they're leaving their friend, their brother behind. And, he let them know, hey, go do your thing. Go do what you guys have to do. And it ends with, Kofi and Creed walking into the sunset as in human form. So it's a beautifully done video. I think we could be getting a series of these types of videos happening because that video felt like it was ending on a cliffhanger. It could have just put the words "to be continued" at the end of it, but I think they're being smart and not doing that, kind of saying and the funny thing, many people were tying it together like they dropped it on a Wednesday. You know what that means? It was AEW happening, so this could be, I think Fightful.com, maybe PW Insider probably said this as well, is that this could be an indication they could be going to AEW. It's possible. I would love for them to do that with the tag team division having gotten a little bit more exciting on Thursday, and I will get to those two gentlemen later. I think New Day, if we see them show up at All In, say, after the Adam Cope and Cage versus Young Bucks match at All In, what if we see Austin Creed and Kofi Kingston show up there? That's a possibility, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, yeah. If the last part is Kofi and Creed looking at Wembley Stadium, you know what? Yes. I think they're going to, I think every week, if we're going to get them at All In, KB, I think every week they're going to drop more clues, more hints. And what if we're going to be getting a series of videos like the beautiful one they dropped this past Wednesday. So I hope so. This is a really good one right here. Yes, we all know about Tania Brooks, aka Rebel, recently diagnosed with ALS. We know about Chris Johnson, former Titans running back, diagnosed with ALS. Well, AEW, in honor of Miss Rebel, will be doing a special episode of Dynamite called Rebel Heart on September 9th from Athens, Georgia. And I think it is absolutely wonderful. I wonder, knowing how, and everyone's redoing the whole ALS challenge in Rebel's honor. Tony Khan, Sting, Britt Baker, Adam Cole, bye-bye. Renee Paquette, interviewer for AEW, a bunch of other people getting nominated for this. And the shirt and the wristband, I don't have it on today. I don't have it on today, because I forgot to do it. But still have my Rebel Heart wristband. Like I said, you can get that and the t-shirt, shopaew.com, with the proceeds going to IamALS.com. Of course, Rebel supports that charity. They have been there for her. It's beautiful. And I really, really do honestly think that this show is really going to tug at the heartstrings of people, because they're really going to get behind this. And Rebel is been just, despite everything, I love how she just has a great spirit. You'll be doing the ice bucket challenge when you get home. I might call it. Oh, right, KB, go for it. Definitely. And put the video on social media and let Rebel know that you're doing it. I think she would like that. So yeah, Rebel. She's been amazing, so strong. She's got a fighting spirit, and I love it. I absolutely friggin' love it. So I'm going to get to another thing here. One moment. The weekend's almost over, but the conversation is just heating up. Kick back in the ETB Lounge with Callum McClurg and Nick DiMartino every Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. Join us for our 3-hour live format where we unite the full panel of ETB hosts to break down a pivotal day in sports, from the prestige narratives of major championships and MLB afternoon slates to the chaos of the NBA playoff picture. We cover it all. Whether you're here for the happy hour prestige or the spillage, where we roast the day's biggest blunders and gambling bad bets, the Lounge is your home for sports therapy. Only on the Into the Bench Network. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/ETB Network. I would highly suggest, if you're going to watch the Lounge and you're going to watch night 2 of SummerSlam, just make sure you are multitasking. It would be very beneficial. Thank you very much. So, this is so good. Now, this happened on Tuesday with Mike Santana. Of course, we know the week before he showed up, debuted. Well, now he's revealed his new ring name. And please, I do not want any, I don't want any jokes. You know what I mean? No jokes like, if you've watched, please do not do the "say hello to my little friend" from Scarface. Okay, that isn't why he did this. This is in honor of his late father. He posted this 5 days ago on X. He goes, "A name I put together as a tribute to honor my late father, who I've always made sure to keep as close as possible to my journey. Losing him 6 years ago is what sent me on the spiral that I'd eventually rise from to become the man you see today. And today, that man addicted to greatness. Here's to this next chapter. Let's get it." Yeah. So I gotta be honest, the name, I gotta get used to it, but it sounds really cool. And the fact that it's a tribute to his late dad is beautiful. It is so beautiful, and I absolutely love it. I love that for Mike Santana, or Cruz Montana. I believe I said it the same way Al Pacino says Tony Montana. God damn it! I gotta get the Scarface reference out of my head. Holy shit! Cruz Montana. There you go. It's awesome. All right, I'm gonna check SummerSlam real fast here, so let me go up to the effect that I want to use for this one. Oh, I know what it is. Ooh, yes. All right. SummerSlam, summer. Oh, yeah. It's yeah, it says Nick Aldis got a standing ovation. Good for him. Did love that he got a standing ovation. But let's get back to SummerSlam. Yeah, Fatal Influence 1. Here we go. Yeah, like I said, Fatal Influence won, and the prediction is exactly as I said it was going to be. Looks like Miss Saraya or Paige is going to have to make a phone call to an old friend. So that's exactly what's going to happen. So there you go. This next one, oh my god, this is basically me this is me continuing to think this is something like, I always joke Netflix is trying to take over the world. Well, guess what? ESPN's doing the same thing. CW Sports, which includes NXT, is going to launch on ESPN Unlimited August 4th. Oh, goddamn. ESPN, you are such greedy bastards. You're worse than Netflix. What the fuck? Here. Well, actually, someone else can actually say those three. They actually say that way better than me. So, oh, damn it. Oh, wait, I know what it is. Someone can say this way better than me.
What the What the What the What the What?
So basically, ESPN Unlimited has decided to swallow up CW Sports to have it launch on ESPN Unlimited August 4th. Well, if you're willing to pay a lot of money for it, be my guest. Not feeling too sure about all that. But this was a tweet from Fightful, posted 4 days ago. Going, all CW Sports events, including weekly NXT TV and NXT Premium Live events, will now stream on ESPN Limited. So great. The heat wave event that's happening in the same day is all in. You're going to be basically watching on ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. Well, they are the worldwide leader in sports, but they're being terrible right now. I'm not the happy camper. It's so bad. We've had TNA people either get released from the company or the contracts expire. This is one the contract expired. That is Mara Sade, formerly Jakara Jackson. If you watched her, she was part of a faction with Noam Dar. Lash Legend was her bestie and everything. They did part of good terms. Mara went somewhere else. We know where Lash went. Noam Dar's still in NXT, so he's probably helping out and everything. But her TNA deal has expired, and she's now officially a free agent. Does she stay with TNA, or does she join her man, TNT champion Kevin Knight, in AEW? Now, considering AEW just signed a very high-profile tag team to their roster, do you have Mara Sade be a part of AEW's women's division, or do you try and build up the Ring of Honor women's division? That is a possibility, but is Mara Sade good enough? She's not the greatest. She has gotten better. She has improved. But I don't know if it's good enough. And if you're wondering, if she's still in the Knockouts Television Championship Tournament, I think you may need to watch this Thursday to see if she wins her tournament match. You'll just have to find out. So, and I do, and I feel bad for her. I mean, she's, like I said, she's gotten better and everything like that. I think getting out of WWE and finally getting in-ring experience has been beneficial for her. But shit happens, I guess. Don't know what else to say about it. Now, this next topic, there is an update on this one. Yeah. We all know the big news coming out of the NBA was LeBron James signing with the Philadelphia 76ers after spending several years with the Lakers and winning a championship with the Lakers. Now, he thinks he can win in Philadelphia. Well, it turns out TNA, I think, decided to jump on the LeBron bandwagon. And they decided, since they were going to be in Philadelphia for TNA tapings on Thursday and Friday, they invited him to attend, to be the official title holder for the world title match between Nick Nemeth and Jeff Hardy. And at the Liacorsa Center, I think I got that completely wrong. Sorry if I butchered the pronunciation, but that's what it was. But it turns out the update on this is he never showed up. I mean, geez, LeBron. Why did you turn him down? You could have, let's think about it. You could have showed up at these tapings. I mean, could have given TNA a hell of a ratings boost on AMC if you had decided to do it. But you decided not to because
we keeping a buck right now, we ass. I mean,
you are ass, LeBron. You annoy the hell out of me.
Because he's
Also,
a raw pain in the ass.
exactly.
You suck. You.
And yeah, and I said what I said. So by the way,
Shots fired.
Yeah, shots fired. And look, LeBron, if you could have just said, no thanks, I'm not a wrestling fan, because I don't know if you like pro wrestling, but it's TNA. I mean, they have a big match, and I don't know whether you declined the invitation or you just decided to just say, fuck you, and you blew him off. But if you did blow him off, that is not a good look for you, sir. That is not. I am very disappointed, and I'm sure any Sixers fan who was attending those tapings was probably looking forward to seeing you. You let them down. You let them down.
I am having a very bad day. Today is one of the worst days that I've had in a long time.
That's pretty much it. So, LeBron, you terrible. Oh God, I don't even want to go there. I don't want to go there. But you disappointed a lot of people. I hope you're happy about it. I'm sure you are. By the way, 149 people watching me live. What's up? I got more. Now, he could possibly be main eventing night 2 of SummerSlam. And guess what? You're going to be seeing this dude a heck of a lot more on Raw and at Money in the Bank in New Orleans in October. That's right. Roman Reigns. He is going to be coming back. He is going to be on TV a lot more often than you think. If you thought he was just going to we win SummerSlam and then he goes home and is a husband and a father and busts his ass in the gym, nah, that's not it. That ain't it. That is definitely not it. But he is going to be coming back, and that is definitely something. I think anyone who's a Roman fan is definitely going to be excited to see him come back. Oh my God. Hold on a minute here. Wait a minute. Something came up. I just got this tweet. Hold on. Wait. Oh man! But all I know is I'm going to show you this. Oh my God! Look, since Cody and Punk are the co-main event, we know about Brock and Oba and Hell in a Cell's main event. Look at that mask! Look at this friggin' mask! That is fucking wild. I think that if I'm correct, this could be Cody paying tribute to his character in the Street Fighter movie. I think this could be why there's this gold right here on the top of his mask. And he comes out with that. Oh my God, it is going to be so fucking good. Oh my God, I just retweeted that right now. But damn, oh yes, that's so friggin' good. Oh, here it is. Yeah, that was what I wanted to use to show you the mask, because I was like, breaking news, oh my God. But yeah, but let me get back to, it's definitely gonna be something, and I'm excited to see Cody in that mask. So we're gonna get back to what I was going to talk about. Roman Reigns. Yeah, like I said, Roman's gonna be possibly main eventing night 2 of SummerSlam with Seth Rollins for the World Heavyweight title. Like I said, more TV appearances for him on Raw and stuff, and he's going to be at Money in the Bank. Will he have a match at Money in the Bank? Maybe. The funny thing about it is this man has never been cashed in on. He was only cashed in one time, but that was him and Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. I think it was 31 in the Bay Area. So, but yeah, and right now we are getting Cody versus Punk, and then after that's Oba versus Brock and Hell in a Cell. And Kobe. By the way, it is a God bless Kobe Bryant. May rest in peace, sir. Cody Rhodes coming out with the Street Fighter inspired mask that I did just show you. This is so freaking awesome. But no, Roman Reigns, like I said, he's going to probably main event night 2. Going to expect to see him more on Raw. And as for Money in the Bank, I don't know if he's going to have a match. If he does, whoever is the men's Money in the Bank ladder match wins the briefcase, they better not cash in on him, because he hasn't been cashed in on since, I think it was WrestleMania 31, when it was him and Brock Lesnar in the main event, and then Seth Rollins pulled off Heist of the Century. So, and I'm sure in the video package that has been, in video packages that has been shown. But yeah, you're going to get way more Roman Reigns on your TV screens, and he's going to be at Money in the Bank. So yes, it's good to see Roman being more of a presence on WWE television, whether he's in a match or not. At least he's there. He's doing his thing. I like it. Next here, if you watch Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling Mayhem, and I have been, you can catch it on myaew.com if you're in the United States, and on TSN in Canada. MLP Mayhem is doing its thing. One episode ended with Scott D'Amore answering a phone call from someone, and we now know who that is because his name's in the banner. Adam Copeland, aka Edge, he's one half the AEW World Tag Team Champions with his longtime best friend Christian Cage, is going to be at MLP Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling Northern Rising in Toronto on October 3rd. This should be interesting because, and one of the things I love about Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling is Scott D'Amore is willing to work with people no matter what the promotion, including AEW. So clearly, he and Tony Khan did not have a bad working relationship. Just everything involving TNA when it was known as Impact back then, when they had that partnership, it just didn't work out. But I'm sure they maintained a good relationship to where there is a possibility we could work together again. So good for Adam Copeland. He's going to be there. Will he have a match? Will he show up and shock the shit out of people? Yeah, I don't know. But we'll see what happens. But October 3rd, MLP Northern Rising. I think it's probably going to be on myaew.com. I don't have any idea. But check your cable provider. Check it out. But yeah, SummerSlam match, like I said. Let me go over. I apologize. Here we go. As Cody Rhodes versus CM Punk for the WWE Undisputed title is happening now. Like I said, that's your co-main event for SummerSlam. So that is going to be something I'm going to do this real fast here. That's right. TNA doing another partnership with another company, and this one I've never heard of, called 30 Second Takedown. They have announced a partnership for a high-stakes tournament that's going to air on TNA Plus. That's TNA's streaming service right after their biggest event of the year, which is Bound for Glory. And I think that's going to be happening in October. I've pulled up the article. They are TNA Wrestling and 30 Second Takedown partnering for an unpredictable, energy-filled high-stakes tournament starting Sunday, October 11th after Bound for Glory. Excuse me. And it will start 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. And it's going to bring together 32 of the country's toughest amateur wrestlers with one mission: survive and advance until one competitor remains. That sounds pretty interesting. The creator, executive producer, and host of this thing, his name is Rick Christensen. So the rules for this are simple. Deck of cards is shuffled and 2 cards are pulled, revealing 2 names. Those 2 athletes will step on the mat and have 30 seconds to take down their opponent and establish control. Winner advances, loser goes home. It says with no time to pace themselves, no opportunity to strategize for the long game, and no way to predict who they'll face. Every match is a burst of pure adrenaline. The result is a relentless succession of explosive takedowns, an edge-of-your-seat moments that will keep fans engaged from the opening match to the final showdown. And this sounds really cool. So it's 32 participants, including current and former college wrestlers from across the United States, along with others representing elite-level wrestling clubs. Here's who's already confirmed. Justin Grant of McDoubles Wrestling, Brandon Murray of Cyclone Regional Training Center, and Jake Marlin of Team Marlin Wrestling Club, among others. So it's going to be filmed on location in Iowa, with the episode being the epicenter of amateur wrestling. Of course, University of Iowa is huge in college. In college wrestling. So a good number of Olympians have come from there, amongst others. So it's definitely something to team up with. TNA is, I think, pretty awesome. And the fact that these amateurs are being given an opportunity, I don't know if there's a prize or anything, if they get, I don't know. I couldn't tell you. But it's going to be great. It's definitely going to give these amateurs a chance to see what they can do, and maybe they'll go up to the next level. Who knows? Who knows? Now, before I get to the last two parts of the show, I'm going to say thank you to the 150 people watching me live. Thank you all so much. Now, let's get to one part that is great, and the other part might put you on the edge of your seat. This is the fun part, yes. My wrestlers of the week, they are the Motor City Machine Guns, Chris Sabin, Alex Shelley. They've been doing their thing for a very long time. They've been everywhere. They've done everything. They've been in they're well known for being in TNA. They were briefly in WWE for a year, winning tag team gold before quickly losing it and then being let go. Over 3 months ago, their 90-day non-compete ended, and they showed up this Thursday on Collision, which was taking place in their home city of Detroit, Michigan. And definitely these two are one of the rare tag teams that they're great. They're terrific as singles competitors, but when they come together, they are unbelievable. And I don't know when their first match is going to be, but I can't wait. These two, Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin, they are just a fantastic tag team. They've been on AEW before, where they teamed up with Jay Lethal in a trios match against FTR and Wardlow, but that was a few years ago. They were with TNA at the time. We know about the time in WWE. That was a year, I'm sure, a year of their lives they'd like to get back. But these two have just been unbelievable throughout their careers. Like I said, they can go their separate ways and do their thing and do well. Bring them together. I would like to think they're pretty unstoppable. And I think they add not only another strong veteran presence in the tag team division, but I think they definitely make things interesting. We know what kind of matches they can have. They can go up against Adam Copeland and Christian Cage. Excuse me. They can go up against the Young Bucks. They can go up against Jack Perry and Luchasaurus Jurassic Express. I mean, as soon as Luchasaurus gets healthy, I think those two are going to get rolling again. You can go up against, any tag team you put in front of these two, they're going to put on a show. Definitely going to put on a show. And I am super stoked. And I'm happy they're in AEW. I felt that was when I heard they'd been released and people put two and two together and figured, oh, there's a show coming up in Detroit in July. Maybe those guys can show up there for AEW. And they showed up in Detroit for Collision on Thursday, and they got their All Elite graphic. They're officially All Elite, and I am stoked. Alex Shelley, Chris Sabin. Welcome to AEW, guys. Ugh. Let's get to the one part. This is a hold on. I did a minor goof up. It's just a minor spelling correction. All right, now I got it. Now, for anyone who knows me, you may be shocked to hear me critique these people, and I know there's certain people out there probably tell me to stop, but nope. Oh yeah. I have been wanting to roast the Death Riders practically forever. Forever, since this faction formed, before I was ever a part of ETB, before I ever did this show. I basically wanted to roast the fuck out of the Death Riders. These people, you have Jon Moxley, you have Marina Shafir, Wheeler Yuta, Pac, Claudio Castagnoli, Daniel Garcia. Where the hell do you want me to begin with these people? Well, I'm going to start. I'll be nice. I'll go ladies first. Marina Shafir. Bitch. Stop sticking your nose in where it doesn't belong. At some point, and I know you've been the recipient, Prince Nana handcuffed you to a table, and you watched probably with sheer horror on your face as Jon Moxley was almost hung to death at All In last year, which, by the way, he deserved it, and I will save Mox for last, by the way. I will definitely save Mox for last. But Marina, bitch, butt the fuck out. Butt the fuck out. here's the thing. You clearly are like the difference maker in the bunch, but here's the thing. You're not that great in the ring, bitch. You are nothing more than Ronda Rousey's bestie, as far as I'm concerned. You have not evolved past being in Ronda's shadow. That's what Shayna Baszler did, another friend of yours. She evolved. She became a great in-ring competitor, besides being a really good MMA fighter whose specialty is submissions. You just looked, every time you are scowling, I'm thinking, bitch, if you're gonna look like that with a stank face, go to the bathroom, please. You look like you are insanely constipated. So, get off my screen, first of all, Marina Shafir, so fuck you on that one. Claudio Wheeler Yuta, you're next, pussy. You eat the pin in a lot of the matches. Heck, Tony Storm even shaved your head, and you wouldn't show off your bald head. Sure, your hair's grown back, and what are you gonna do? You're gonna grow out? You're gonna try and look like Chewbacca again? What the fuck? Or are you gonna try and look like a gothic whack job? Let's face it, Wheeler, you are the absolute total ass weak link in the whole bunch, and you're supposed to be a former 2-time Ring of Honor Pure Champion? No, pussy. Daniel Garcia, you, sir, I had high hopes for you. You were a TNT champion. Heck, you had a chance to join this faction when they were known as the Blackpool Combat Club. Brian Danielson was really pushing for you to join them. You turned your back on them and decided to stick with Chris Jericho's second pathetic attempt at a faction called the Jericho Appreciation Society. You then joined the Death Riders, and my God, you have fallen. You have fallen so far, buddy boy. It's pathetic to watch. It really is. You could be doing other things. You could be pursuing the AEW national title. Heck, you could be going after Kevin Knight in the TNT championship. Jeez, you could go after Kyle Fletcher in the international championship. Do it on your own, not as part of a fucking faction where basically I don't see where you fit into this equation. What? If Mox say, oh, I promise to toughen you up and make you a badass. Well, I'm sorry. I cannot get past the image of you doing a hip shaking dance. I just can't. Pac, you're a former trios champion. And for some reason you decide to join this bunch of jackasses. You've had undeniable success. Why do you need to be a part of this? And besides, you also look like everything. You look so angry. One thing, you need to learn what a shower is. Go take one. Here's a bar of soap. Clean your fucking body and do something about that fucking hair. I'm sorry. Yeah, you cut it short and it still looks like it's permanently glued to your head. You look like you are a fucking mess. I'm telling you. And you wearing the kind of gear you've been wearing these days. And no, that ain't that. No, that to quote. Like this great one once said, that ain't working for me, dog. That ain't working. Oh, my God. Claudio Castagnoli. Dude. You've been Ring of Honor World Champion. You've been CMLL World Champion. You, sir, you clearly need to go else. You need to focus on something else. You need to get out of the Death Riders. You clearly don't. I mean, heck, half the time you look like you don't even know why you're even there. You're like, I could be somewhere else. Maybe you do need to go somewhere else, but maybe you're just counting down the days to possibly October 1st when a certain Celtic warrior is free from WWE and can come join you, and maybe you can break away from the Death Riders, join your pal Stephen Farrelly, aka Sheamus, and you can redo the bar. Become the bar again and run like crazy through the AEW's tag team division. Okay, so I got everyone else there. Oh, boy. I swear to God, nobody's going to like me when I go after this guy. Jon Moxley. You are the ace of AEW. You've carried this company on its back through the pandemic, through the CM Punk drama, through any major negative thing that the company has done that has attracted headlines. You have saved the day. But here's the thing with you, sir. Yes, in WWE, you had a nice career there, Grand Slam champion. No, you weren't given the type of creativity you deserve to have. You weren't allowed to take the Dean Ambrose character to heights that wrestling fans couldn't possibly imagine. You're denied that by a senile, stupid old man out of touch with anything. And here you are doing your thing, multi-time champion, world champion. You've had great matches against various people. I mean, heck, Revolution 2020, when you beat Chris Jericho, I was super stoked. But here's the thing, Mox. You are the leader of a faction that has serves no purpose at all. Let's face it, you tried to, and I'm going to state this real clearly. You and your goons tried to fucking manipulate Will Ospreay. You said, I'm going to toughen you up. Did Will really need toughening up? I don't think he did. So you trying to recruit him into the Death Riders was very confusing. And now you are in cahoots with the dogs, with David Finlay and Clark Connors. I get Gabe Kidd is the connection because Gabe Kidd has worked with you and the Death Riders in certain situations. But here's the thing. When you won the Continental Classic, Mox, many suspected that was supposed to be a babyface turn for you, but you haven't changed. I don't know if you're fighting with Tony Khan, or I don't know if you're sending your wife, Renee Paquette, to scream at him and tell him, please don't change my hubby into a heel, into a face. I don't like it when he's a heel. Or a face, sorry. I'm fired up right now. I'm seriously fired up right now. Mox, you have done everything you could possibly do. This faction is doing you no favors, buddy. And I'm telling you this now, babe. No. Death Riders is doing no good for you. You could have been a face. You could have been a tweener. And now you are being the person that you were when the Death Riders started, and that's a dick. It is an absolute dick. So basically, Death Riders, go fuck yourselves. Get off my screen. Go, all of you, go do your own thing. I don't want to see you guys as a group ever again. And by the way, dogs, if you keep this shit up, I'm coming after you guys. And even though Gabe Kidd is injured, he ain't going to be spared from my wrath either. So, yes, I am a Jon Moxley fan, but I have never liked the Death Riders. So guess what? I got what I wanted out of this. Oh my God. I gotta admit that was a little brutal. That was very brutal. I don't care though. I had to get it out. Here is your ticker. So do all the stuff. You follow the show, you follow this network, you follow me, and it's definitely going to be checking SummerSlam. So far, it looks like Cody and Punk are, they're all, it's still going on right now. But like I said, here's the ticker. Follow the show, the network, me. Here we go. Again, like I said, follow the show at BTRETB on social media. And of course, youtube.com/ETB network. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Of course, check out ETB Lounge tomorrow. Got Zanzinger Part 2. Got all kinds of new stuff. NFL season is coming up, so new stuff will be rolling out soon. And we're getting close to those 3,000. We're getting super, super close to the 3,000 watch hours, and then the mega push to 4,000 begins. Yes. So I just want to thank everyone for watching. Thank you to KB in the comments. And I'll see you folks next week with a brand new episode of Between the Ropes. See you soon. Bye.